So this is just a shot of what my windshield looks like. Just in one day of driving northbound on the I-5 in March, I killed a lot of bugs. Seriously, or they committed suicide by hitting my windshield. So yeah, so I'm in Phoenix, Arizona right now. It's 11:30 at night and 89 degrees. It's barely mid-March. Can you believe it? I really feel like you can't neglect the future. People are going to change jobs or are going to be forced out of their jobs in the coming years because of AI and just the trend of things. And you've got a younger generation that is growing up with new technologies, and they are used to doing things the quicker, the shorter, the newer way. And I'm talking about people, they'll never see a CPA face to face when they file taxes. You know, they go straight to TurboTax. Or people that have put in so much time for the last 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 years of doing a job, and all of a sudden overnight that job is no longer in demand. They switch to AI, they switch to another way of doing things. And the climate for people that are working is quickly changing. So you've got all these people that are going to be out of jobs, and they have to adapt, they have to find something new. You might have studied computer science and thought that you're going to be guaranteed a job for many years to come. And all of a sudden, AI is doing most of the programming now. You know, you have to shift gears. And it's like, be aware of what's ahead of you. I don't want you guys to feel afraid or paranoid, but just be prepared. You know, be ready to face what's coming ahead of you. I would have never thought I would be a truck driver. I'm driving trucks, and it's not too bad. I'm making it work, trying to keep a positive attitude. You know, it has its moments. The last couple of weeks haven't been nice. It's just been, you know, annoying. But it is what it is. And I think we do our best to make things work. So yeah, be prepared for the future. So this week I wanted to talk to you guys about content out there. And back when we were growing up, you had your major networks and some secondary networks, but what you saw was pretty much streamlined by these networks. And these days, there's so much content out there. The not so spectacular content is relevant for niche groups. And these groups can be in their own little bubble, diving into things that other people don't consume in terms of content. So what's going to happen is the stuff that you want to immerse yourself in, that content is going to be readily available for you. And not just a little bit, but a lot. Even if you're on the fringes of society, there's going to be a lot of people with you sharing content. So you could be in the same country, you could be in the same state, city, and you could be completely worlds apart on things. And this cohesion of community is spread out, and it's not concentrated in certain neighborhoods or certain areas. And I think when you're young and you're in high school, yeah, there are things that are very popular or that are trending and whatnot, and when you're in college and whatnot. But as you grow, things are going to start branching off into so many directions. And it's going to be harder and harder for our country to have this unity and this cohesion. You know, back in the day, yeah, some of it was very manipulated and we were streamlined into believing certain things. Right now, depending on what kind of news you want to listen to, that content, that news is available. Back in the day, you only had what was influenced by the government. So yeah, interesting times that we live in, and just food for thought. Life can be very different for this next generation that's growing up in this digital age. It may be more like hobbies and things that people are interested in that glue other people together from all over the world, and not just necessarily in your neighborhood. And we don't know what kind of impact this is going to have on countries or states or counties or areas that we live in. What's going on, my people? So this past week has been, on the surface, a good week because I had about 2,100 miles and finished on late Saturday night. In reality, it was really bumpy. I had weird situations where I go to a location, it's supposed to be a drop-in hook, and it ends up being a live load and a 5-hour wait. Go figure, right? I was supposed to go in, drop off my empty trailer, pick up my loaded trailer, and head out. But weird things were happening this week. Just every little annoying thing that could go wrong, it seemed like it was going wrong. I had another situation where this was the second time I had a bad trailer tail light that would not flash. So, of course, because of that, it messed up the rhythm. I was supposed to go do another drop, hook, and come back. Because the trailer had issues, I had to call emergency maintenance, and somebody came out, took care of that. But in the meantime, I had to keep driving, so they gave me another load. But then again, you know, more delays, right? Because I have to sit there, get reassigned, and then get on the road after they take away the old load and give me the new load. Yeah, and then sure enough, later on the week, I got double booked again. You know, this happened a while back, but this load was assigned to somebody else already.
And then I went ahead and got assigned to the same load. It is what it is. Weird situations, weird drama. What can you do? It is what it is. So at the end of the week, it wasn't too bad. It's just tiring. When you're troubleshooting constantly throughout the days, it's tiring. It gets old. So anyway, that was my week. All in all, it wasn't too bad. You have to keep putting out fires, which comes with a job. If you don't have the right stomach for it, yeah, you could lose it. It's stressful at times. Things that should be going A, B, C, D never goes A, B, C, D. And so you have to make sure that you're being vigilant that it goes A, B, C, D. Thank you for following me on this journey. God bless all of you. If you're a driver out there, stay safe. Peace. Until next time, cheers.